How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be jumping into Mr. Nightmare 3 True Scary Horror Stories. Just another basic horror stories video. I'm pretty sure the last one was Nightmare Files. I wonder if these guys all get together, all these different scary story channels, and like, hey, what kind of scary stories are you doing? I'll make sure I won't do them. Or we're all going to synchronize and do them. You get what I'm saying? But Mr. Nightmare just uploaded this video, just seen it, so I'm going to hop on a reaction for you guys. The last one, yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure was Nightmare Files. The other day, or like, I can't remember if it was like 3 days ago that video was. I was going to upload a video the next day or 2 days after, but sometime throughout recording it, my camera fucked up, so I wasn't even able to finish recording it. I didn't even finish getting the footage, so I wasn't able to upload, but now we are back with another Mr. Nightmare video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications while you're at it. Link in the description is my gaming channel. I stream on there all the time. I also go on this community board all the time. When I am going to stream, I put on my community board, yo, I'm streaming on the gaming channel, come peep that. But yeah, we are on the road to 5,000 subscribers on the main channel. I know we still got to hit 3, I know we still got to hit 4, but we are on the road to 5K subs, alright? So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Over 90% of you are not subscribed. I think over 95% of you are not subscribed, so what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. But anyways, Mr. Nightmare, 3 true scary horror stories. Let's jump on into the video. I always say the same shit, but all of his videos come up with that thing that says, like, all these noises are copyrighted and stuff, but I never get copyrighted for his videos.
When my dad was around 50, he got an African Grey. He always loved parrots his whole life, so I was happy for him to get one after his retirement. He named the bird Kevin. My dad taught Kevin a whole vocabulary of words. He actually trained him to understand the meaning behind certain words, like hello, what's up, food, thank you, good, and a few others. My dad passed away at 70. And with that came the time to figure out amongst my siblings and I what would happen to Kevin. My brother and sister didn't want the responsibility of taking Kevin into their homes.
Makes sense, bro.
Plus their spouses were against it too.
Alright.
I couldn't bear the idea.
Prediction time. Alrighty. So what's going to happen is he's going to take Kevin. He's going to take Kevin in. He's the godchild. He's going to take Kevin in. And then Kevin's going to be like in the living room one time when he hears a strange noise downstairs. Kevin's going to be talking to it. Ah, what's up? You know, what's going on? You know? And then that's going to trigger him, and then it's something going to be like that, or it's going to be paranormal. One of the two. It's always with animals, you never know. Either this bird, the fact that his dad was able to teach it to speak and know the meaning behind words, either it's going to save him or screw him. That's the way I'm going to look at this. You know what I mean? What a weird pet to get a guy, too. A dude who's older after retirement and stuff like that. You get him a bird those birds, if you got that motherfucker when he was a baby or when he was young, those like parrots or parrots, they live up to be like 70 years old, dude. How old your dad was when he died? That parrot's gonna live as long as that, bro. It's gonna outlive him and then most of your lifespan too. Maybe even your lifespan too. Who knows? What a bizarre thing to get.
Giving him away to
I kinda want a bird though.
Kevin was and is one of my last connections to my dad. In a sense, that was his best friend. So I decided I would take him into my home. I put his cage in the den of my house. My house doesn't have a basement, so the den is considered the lowest level of the house. Kevin is a moderately noisy bird. He can be a chatterbox some hours of the day, usually earlier on. But later in the day and at night, he quiets down. When he's too noisy, I'll throw a blanket over his cage, and that normally quiets him down. I watch TV in the den at night to keep him company. Then around 10, I'll migrate to my room to let him go to sleep. That's pretty much the backstory behind Kevin.
Parrots are smart.
I've been taking care of him for 2 years now, so I know exactly how he behaves and when he's acting out of the ordinary. Speaking of out of the ordinary, there was one night in December around 11 p.m. that Kevin started making sounds while I was trying to sleep. I sleep with the door open since I live alone and need to be able to hear anything if something's going on in the house.
No, that's
Hearing him making his
idea.
squawking noises past dark, especially this late at night, was unusual beyond doubt, and something was irritating him. I went down to the den to see what was bothering him. He was wide awake on the lower perch of the two in the cage. He looked at me and was saying things like hello and what's up, and his name. All the while he was nodding his head up and down, moving his whole body in the process, as if he were dancing. I tried to feed him, but he didn't eat, so I covered him with the blanket, hoping he would stop. I was in the kitchen when I stopped inside, because he was still making the noises, and I had a feeling he wasn't going to stop. Having worked the next day, I couldn't afford to lose sleep because of him. I really didn't know what to do.
So I took out
I'm
my
still to
favorite
this
pellet
day
gun
not
and
exactly a
killed him.
bird expert. I went back downstairs and uncovered him. He was still doing his little dance, bobbing his head and body and
It's like
making
a
his
kid.
distressed sounds.
Just hit it.
It didn't click with me until thinking I heard something in the pantry closet a few feet away from his cage.
There you go.
I walked over to it and hovered my hand over the light switch to the pantry, which was outside of the door.
He's giving you a warning.
The door
He's
has one of
saving
those
your
big
ass,
glass
bro.
panels that many pantry doors have.
He
So
just
when
doesn't
I
have the
flicked light
vocabulary
switch,
to save you.
I saw the outline of a body on the inside. My flight or flight response kicked in, and I chose fight. I opened the door screaming, trying to get my adrenaline rushing, and I grabbed the man in the pantry closet out and threw him to the floor. He tried to fight back, but I easily overpowered him and had him in what I could best describe as a chokehold. He was a 50-something-year-old homeless-looking man with a smell to match it. I yelled at him, "Who are you? Why are you in my house?" He tried grabbing my face to possibly gouge my eyes or something, but I continued to wring his neck
Kick
and
his
punch
ass!
him.
Kevin's there chanting
During all
shit.
this,
I love
Kevin
that.
was going berserk in his cage,
Yeah, yeah.
and the man on the floor
Whoop
seemed
that
beaten up.
ass! Let's
He
go!
literally sprinted
Kevin-
for the
Kevin's
nearest
hype.
phone and came right
Kevin
back and
is
kept him on the
fucking
ground
hype.
while I
Love
called
to see it.
911. The man was taken to jail, but he had no ID on him, nothing. He was homeless and had nothing to his name, and as such he was considered what some people call judgment-proof, meaning even if I tried to sue him, I wouldn't get anything from him. He had raided my pantry closet that night and had opened jars of peanut butter, boxes of cookies and crackers, and all sorts of other
That's
boxes.
kind of sad. Homeboy just wanted a meal. You get what I
Learned from my
mean?
dad's parrot. I don't know what else that man would have taken or done in my house. I'm grateful for Kevin, and I like to think part of my dad is watching over me in that bird.
Ooh, lovely. Yeah, Fortnite. No one cares! No one still cares. Alright. I love the variety you get off
This
these.
story takes place when I was a junior in high school.
Yeah, this is gonna be a high school
context,
story,
here's
which
a little
are
background
decently
information.
scary, and then the first one is about a
Back
fucking
in the
parrot.
day, I was a pretty involved student, took all the hard classes, and was in a few varsity sports. In one of these
teachers got
ways,
try
I was
hard.
always busy and didn't have much time for myself, and part of me was thankful for that. It provided me
I mean, I was in some varsity sports myself. Played on the football team. I ended up getting 1 win in 2 seasons. Weird fucking ass. But either
escape
way,
from a world where my
I
parents
had
had
fun.
recently parted ways and my older brother had just gone to college. It was just me and my little brother then. He also was a swimmer and a smart kid in his own right. We were really similar, even to this day. But probably because of the stresses our family situation put on us at the time, we didn't get along, near at all. One of those wet winter days in the Midwest, I'd put in my time at school and swim, and I still had to sit down for several hours of homework. This time I had to write an essay for some advanced class that I wasn't really interested in. I dropped my swim bag at the door when I got home and looked around my house to see if anyone was home. Empty.
Like
I
heavily.
must be out with Reese at swim practice. His club team had the slot at the pool after the high school team was done. I popped in a mouthful of Cheez-Its and headed down to the basement to my office to get some schoolwork done.
Oh, this is
The house was a middle-class 2-story with an unfinished basement,
middle class.
with
You
the
get your
exception of
own
what I
fucking
refer to as
office.
my
All
office.
right. Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
From a career past, my dad used to work from
I guess
home,
this
but no
technically
longer
would be
did.
considered my office
I was
too.
the
to
only
some
one who
degree.
used this place, so my family, or what was left of it, just called it Quinn's office. So I made my way across the
Fuck
concrete
it.
floors and unattached carpet samples
got a
down
Home
there
Alone
to the
story,
one
okay,
finished
I
out
got you.
room in the basement. I flicked on the CFL light. It was like any other night after practice. I still had hours of homework to do. So I turned on the computer and started typing away. I was typing for what seemed like an hour, trying to bring to words to what the concept of hedonism and the picture of Dorian Gray meant to me as best I could, or as
I meant
convincingly as I
fucking
could.
nothing to
Out of the dark,
anybody.
I heard my
but he's
little
still gonna
brother
do it.
call out to me, Quinny, come up." Almost reflexively, I called back to him, "Reese, I'm working, what do you need?" We would yell through the house like brothers do, but it took me a minute to realize I didn't hear him come home. I got no response, only for a couple minutes though. Again, I heard my little brother's voice sing out, Quinny, come up." It felt strange hearing those words carry across the dark concrete floor. He's supposed to be at swim practice. I called back out to him, asking if he needed anything.
Did he
But
die?
again, I received no answer. I thought about just starting my essay again, but the family situation was delicate at best, and I didn't want to be in trouble if my little brother actually needed something. I made the decision to get up and go find out for myself. I bounded up the basement staircase.
Bro, why?
The only way a high schooler can.
Every fucking video I do, someone speeds around my corner like they're fucking awesome. I don't get it. How do they expect me to react? How do they, when they do that shit, especially at 3 a.m., how do they expect me to react? Like that fucking, they just zoom around the corner, I'm like, oh my god, is that a fucking V12? I don't give a shit. Oh my god, people in their fucking cars, man, I don't know. So, prediction time, what are we doing here? I took a dark route, and I was saying, like, the dude died, and, like, he immediately goes home and, like, calls out to his sister, and she's gonna get some news, like, hey, brother's dead. But, or it's, like, some dude with, like a voice recorder thing trying to lure them up here. But that's, that's even crazier than the dead thing, because how the fuck did you get a voice recording of the kid doing that? You know what I mean?
I called out again for my brother. Reese, what's up? I'm really busy. I checked all around the main floor looking for my little brother, or even signs he was home. No shoes, no backpack. So he wasn't home, and there was no car in the driveway either. The only reason my dad would be gone right now would be to pick him up. Satisfied, I turned back for the stairs, when I heard my little brother's voice ring out, Quinny, come up. This time every hair on my body stood on end.
Come up, he's in heaven.
It just didn't make sense.
He's dead.
He had to be at practice, and if he really needed me, he would have come to me. I go to the base of the second floor stairs and called out to him one more time. Reese, what's going on? Are you okay? For a minute, no answer. Reese, I'm really busy. Can you tell me what's up?
This one's kind of creeping me
Quiet
out,
for way too long as I stared up the dark staircase. Logically, I had no reason to believe anyone was up there, until I heard Reese's voice calmly speak this time and not call out in his sing-song way those same 4 words. Quinny, come up. What? I asked under my breath. I couldn't comprehend the situation. I did quick inventory of any probable scenario. Break-in? Wrong voice. A prank? I would have seen something at this point. It had to be Reese, and maybe helping him would make me a good brother. So I began up the stairs.
Oh, so it is brother type situation, not a sister
step.
brother.
I was about to make the landing to the dark second floor. Then I heard the buzz of the garage door motor. I ran back down the stairs and looked out the window. It was my father's sedan, and him and my little brother got out. I stumbled from the window to the hall where they would enter, and I felt my heart almost stop beating. I collapsed on the floor and just started to cry uncontrollably.
Oh, that's a fucking cliffhanger. What the fuck? I thought your brother died. That's just boring.
This was like 15 years ago now when I was a kid.
Paranormal, I guess?
I was with my best friend Jackson at some abandoned family resort or bungalow colony type place in New York. It was off a main road and then down a private dirt path driveway entrance. And it was a rather large property with a bunch of old abandoned buildings, including at least 10 small bungalows, a main hall, a few bathroom stations, and an indoor pool house. Along with that was an outdoor pool, a shuffleboarding area, and a kid's playground. Everything was old, run down, and with tall, overgrown grass growing over it. We found this place accidentally one time walking down Route 209, but we didn't explore it that day. We came back another night. By the time we went, it was past sunset. The sun was kissing the sky goodnight. It was getting very dark, but we didn't want to come during the day in fear of getting caught and getting charged with trespassing. We brought along walkie-talkies and flashlights with us to communicate to each other when we split up. We started looking around the bungalows together. Most of them looked the same and were relatively small. 1 or 2 beds each, a small kitchen, and 1 bathroom each. Some of them had these little living room areas. Halfway looking through these bungalows, I split off from Jackson because he was moving kind of slow. I tried to enter the building that looked to be the main hall or office or something, but every entrance was locked.
Bro,
I walkie-talkie.
Why would you go? I get it, you don't want to get caught trespassing. Why would you go explore and abandon anything, by the way? Either one of 2 things is going to happen. 1, it's going to be haunted, or 2, it's going to be, like, lived in by a homeless guy who could be psychotic, you know what I mean? So that's the thing. If you were to go to an abandoned house, or even a place under construction sometimes, the ratio is like 3 to 1 for the chances you're going to find an old homeless motherfucker just chilling there because they have nothing better, they have nothing else to do. For a campground, the ratio is fucking damn near, it's like 1 in 3. Like, what are the odds that you are going to go to an abandoned campground and there's not going to be a homeless... He invited his buddies over for a couple of fucking, like, free bottles of wine or some shit like that. I don't know. They're all just chilling at a campground. There's going to be, like, some sort of weird stuff happening.
Jackson to tell him that the big building was locked. He didn't walkie-talkie back.
I didn't explore abandoned
I wondered if I was out of range from where he was. 2 minutes later, I found myself at one of the 2 bathroom buildings. It was probably a 400 square foot building. There were no doors to the building, though. It was unusual. It just had 2 big openings, one for the men's room, one for the women's room. I remember the signs being faded and worn out looking, and I saw these red tracks on the dirty old concrete bathroom floor. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say they looked like bloody footprints, but I couldn't explain what these red marks could be then, and I still can't say for certain now. Regardless, it was pitch black inside that bathroom around that corner,
I'm telling
and that was the first building I was scared to enter. I tried walkie-talkieing to Jackson again, hoping he was in range this time. I pressed the button on the walkie and said, "Yo, where are you?" When I let go, I heard the beep sound that the receiving walkie makes after getting a message from inside the bathroom. It gave me a near heart attack. Then I thought Jackson must already be in there, hence the red-looking footsteps. I called his name, and it echoed into the bathroom. I was actually about to step into the bathroom thinking he was hiding from me, pranking me, when I heard Jackson's voice call out from the distance behind me, outside in the darkness of the night. I heard him getting closer. Couldn't see him in the dark, but he obviously saw my light.
What is that little
so I yelled
string,
back,
bro?
"I found your walkie-talkie." I started stepping into the bathroom, but then he said back, "Don't go in there, I never went in there." This is when I turned around and hurried right out of there. I pressed and released the talk button really quick on my walkie, causing the beep again from inside that pitch-black women's room. Jackson and I looked at each other for half a second, and then began dashing in the direction we came. We made it back to Route 209 and had to stop to catch our breaths. This is when Jackson told me that inside one of the bungalows he went into, he tried walkie-talkieing me, but I wasn't answering, meaning we must have been out of range. But then he heard a noise from the living area of the bungalow. As he turned around, his flashlight revealed an older woman almost running towards him.
Oh, there you go.
He dropped his walkie-talkie and flashlight and ran out from the bungalow. He ran in the dark and hid, refraining from making noise in fear of being followed. He hid for a questionable amount of time, looking around and seeing my flashlight across the field, over at the
and your means of vision.
The most likely explanation to me was that some cracked-out drug addict was hiding or living in that abandoned bungalow, and for whatever reason lunged at Jackson and picked up his walkie-talkie.
What did I say? What do you mean?
What she was doing in that bathroom, who knows?
Breaking and entering.
Maybe drugs, maybe the bathroom in the bungalow didn't work.
Bro, if someone comes into your house, it's breaking and entering, right? This is technically their house, and they're insane. They don't think properly. So when they see you coming in their mind, you're breaking into my place. This is my place. You get what I'm saying? So that's why you don't explore abandoned anything.
Looked like blood in there. Those are my theories, but I can't explain all of it away, and that's the scariest part.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you guys liked today's video, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 5K subscribers, like I said. Anything else you want me to react to, leave it in the comments down below. I'll try to get as many of them as I can, but either way, subscribe to the gaming channel, everything like that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe. Peace.
Perfect.